Hello, everyone. My name is Christopher Tinajero. I am one of the district Aspire counselors, and today we're going to learn a little bit more about the Aspire program here at PUHSD. So, what is Aspire? Aspire stands for Attaining Success and Purpose Through Intentional, Rigorous Education. And overall, our goal is to show all of you how education and rigorous coursework helps prepare you for success in your future life, whatever pathway you decide to go down. How does Aspire relate to A through G? So, Aspire uses the proven success of A through G courses to prepare you for all your pathways. A through G courses are typically more rigorous, and so that rigorous coursework helps prepare you with different skills that we'll get more into as the presentation goes on. Here you can see our acronym, Have Endless Money and Success to Live Fully and Elegantly. This is a way for you to try to remember the A through G's, right? Not that you have to memorize what the requirements all are, but just to keep it at the forefront of your mind. So the A through G courses, the the requirements that they have are history 2 or more years, English 4 years, mathematics 3 or more years, science 2 or more years, language other than English or LOPE 2 or more years, fine art VAPA 1 year, and then 1 year of an elective. And the great part is that this actually aligns almost perfectly with our high school graduation requirements. So as long as you're on par with those, you should be on track to completing your A through G's. And lastly, just to note, you do have to get a C or higher in these courses for it to count as being completed, as having completed that A through G Aspire requirement. So now let's get into more about how this difficult, rigorous coursework benefits you. So right here, we have two main ways that we will discuss as the Aspire team. On the left, you see that it prepares you for all paths through soft skills. And we're going to show a quick video to explain that a little more in the next slide. But on the right, you also see that it provides you options to change into different paths in the future. And what we mean by that is that if you're prepared for the A through G's, you'll be able to go down and apply for four-year university if that's what you choose to do so. But you can also then have the option of doing the military, doing a community college. You will be prepared for the most difficult path, meaning that if you decide to switch, it's easier rather than trying to jump into the more difficult path having not prepared yourself the whole 4 years of high school. So it's an easier shift if that's what you so desire. So it just keeps your options open. And that's very key for when we're talking about the benefits of the A through G Aspire coursework. So now I'm going to show this quick clip on soft skills so you can learn a little bit more what the difference are between them and hard skills.
When it comes to work skills, they can be broken down into two types: hard skills and soft skills. They're pretty different from one another, but both are necessary to be successful on the job. Let's take a look at the differences between the two. Hard skills are concrete skills that are specific to your job and are required for you to actually do your work. For example, if you're a chef, cooking would be a hard skill. Or if you're a computer programmer, coding would be an example. Soft skills, on the other hand, are interpersonal or people skills that can be used in every job. These include communication, teamwork, and adaptability. Hard skills are generally learned through school, training, or previous work experience. They're more objective, meaning that once you've learned the information or task, you would then possess that skill. Soft skills are more difficult to develop. You'll need to practice them over time in the real world with others. They come naturally to some people, while others may not have such an easy time with them. Hard skills are easy to measure. Employers can get a good idea of your hard skills by looking at your education, previous experience, and certifications. Soft skills are harder to evaluate. They can't really be communicated well through your cover letter or resume. Instead, employers usually have to wait until an interview or your first few weeks on the job to get a good idea of your soft skills. Despite their differences, you'll need both hard and soft skills if you want to become more hireable or be successful in your current job.
So with watching this video, typically we expect to get some of those hard skills from education, right? So we know that if we get our high school diploma, that says a little bit about what we know, what our knowledge base is. However, we typically forget the soft skills side. So I know a lot of times students struggle with the idea of how certain courses will help prepare them if that's not the path that they're deciding to go on. For example, you may not remember necessarily the topic of a certain science project. However, when we look at the soft skills and that idea of having to constantly train at them, if you think about it, a science project is going to give you skills like teamwork, like adaptability, critical thinking skills. If you're presenting in front of the class, you're going to practice your public speaking. All skills that we typically aren't practicing and preparing outside of the school zone. And so when we think of these things, these are all beneficial traits, regardless of what pathway we go down, right? Regardless if we go down the military path, the 2 year community college path, the 4 year university route, straight into the workforce, all of these pathways require these soft skills, and they help us become better learners, better workers, and just overall better, well-rounded individuals. So as we move on to the next slide, we definitely want to mention that although we are letting you know that you can take whatever pathway you'd like, we do want to highlight some of the different key aspects with the 4 year university and higher education. So this chart right here, it's from 2021. It was taken from the U.S. Bureau of Labor, and it just shows the average weekly earnings broken down by level of education next to the unemployment rate. So as you can see, the higher level of education that one receives, the higher the average that we see them making per week, and also the less likely they are to face unemployment. So once again, like we said, definitely whatever pathway students want to pursue, we're more than happy to support them. But we definitely want to make this mention of just the importance of higher education and taking that next step and getting yourself that next level degree. So next, we're going to just highlight this overall to summarize the last few slides is that rigorous education, it gives you options. Like I mentioned previously, you'll be able to really go down whatever path you'd like if you challenge yourself first, rather than preparing yourself for one thing and then deciding in the end, man, that's not what I wanted. Now I have to go back and re-prepare myself for these different pathways because I chose a route that may not necessarily allow me the flexibility of switching. So how does Aspire help you achieve success? um, Us as the Aspire team, we do different things to support students. The first off, we reward students. So as you can see here in this slide, we have in and out truck celebration for the seniors that graduate as Aspire students, meaning that they completed all the 4 year requirements for the A through G Aspire courses. And then we also do incentives for all grade levels. We give out different goodie bags, we give out different swag, we have water bottles, drawstring bags, and you can see that in the photo on the screen of one of our distributions at a back to school night. We also recognize our students. So when we mean recognize is that we recognize their hard work with certificates. We give different certificates for all the grade levels. Seniors that graduate Aspire students, again, they they are given yard signs. So they're given yard signs at the end of their senior year so that they can put them out, promote themselves, show off that they graduated as Aspire seniors. And we also do graduation cords, which you can see pictured on the screen as well. Lastly, Aspire supports, and they support our students, our parents. We have different workshops for our students. We do different interventions. We run focus groups for our students that are close to being on track, provide different resources and connections to resources, because we don't want to just recognize the students that are on track. We want to support the ones that are close to meeting those requirements and get them to that next level. So as we wrap up, we just want to invite you all to accept the challenge of being an Aspire student, of having your student be an Aspire student. Because really, at the end of the day, if you accept that challenge of the rigorous coursework, it's going to better prepare you for your future. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the Aspire team and have a great year.